All right. Now we're doing 6Q Season 2 Simple Fun number 326A, The Shorterest Time. This is by Johan Wiltink, and 92% of people like it. So John is a programmer that treasures his time very much. He lives on the in floor of a building, and every morning he will go downstairs as quickly as possible to begin his great workday. There are two ways he goes downstairs, walking or taking the elevator. When John uses the elevator, he will go through the following steps: waiting for the elevator from M floor to N floor, or take the stairs to M floor, and then waiting for the elevator door to open and go in, waiting for the elevator doors to close, waiting for the elevator to go down to 0 floor, and also waiting for the elevator to open again so he can leave, and the time to go in and out will be ignored. All right. So given the following arguments, n is an integer, the floor that John's on, and then m is an integer, the floor that the elevator's at the moment. And then the speeds, it's an array of integers that contain 4 integers, a, b, c, and d. A is the seconds required when the elevator rises for the elevator to go up and down per floor. Per floor, I think that's what it is. Anyway, B is the seconds required when the elevator opens the door. C, the seconds required for the elevator to close the door. And then D is the seconds required for John to walk 1 floor. All right? So we're going to please help John to calculate the shortest time to go downstairs. We've got a bunch of examples here. We can go through them all, but basically it's just going to say, what are we saying here? Like, n equals 4, m equals 5, and the speeds are 1, 2, 3, 10, and the output should be 12. John will go downstairs by using the elevator, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Anyway, whatever on all that, this is all kind of confusing and verbose, a little too verbose. So we're going to come over here and just start. First, we're going to say const to turn this into concise syntax. Shortest time equals n, m, and speeds, and then we're going to turn this into an arrow to make an arrow function syntax. We'll say console.log to test while we go, and we'll start right here. So first things first, this speeds thing isn't going to work for us. We don't want to say like speeds 0, speeds 1, whatever. So we're going to use destructuring assignment syntax, and the link for this will be in the description. And we're going to turn this into something else. So we're going to, instead of saying like A, B, C, and D, because that's not really as easy. Well, it's not easy for me to remember. I don't know about you. But instead of saying the A, B, C, and D like right here, we're going to say something like this. Since this is the seconds required for the elevator to go each floor, we'll just say E right here. O for open, when the doors open. C for the doors closing, and then W for the speed of walking a floor. So we've got that. So one thing we're going to need to know is the difference between where John is, which is M, and where the elevator is, N, so that we can see if it's faster for him to walk to the elevator or not. So we're going to come over here inside this arguments list, and we're going to say D for difference now equals math.abs for the absolute value, M minus N. All right? And if you don't know about math.abs, it's right here, and we'll have the link in the description. Basically just does the absolute value of whatever's inside it. So we've got that right there, and then we're also going to do something for open and close. Since no matter what, the doors are going to open twice, once for him to get on and once for him to get off, and close once. It's going to close the first time he gets on. We're going to say OC for open close equals 2 times O plus C. All right, because that's just going to be a constant no matter what. All right, so now that we've got those going on, we'll just come down here and start it up. So what we want to do is just find what the shortest time is between, walking down straight using the elevator or doing the hybrid. So we're going to have to do a math.min for that. So we'll have math.min right here. The link will be in the description. We'll say math.min, and then we'll say, first we'll do just walking all the way down the stairs. So wherever John is right now, M times W. And so we're going to put another set of parentheses so it's a little bit easier to see. But we'll say N, that's where John is, N times W like that. All right? So we're going to see if that's lower. We're also going to see if this whole little thing is lower. So we're going to say we have to wait for the elevator to get to John. So we're going to have to do the difference. So D, let's put this in another set of parentheses so we can kind of see it better. D times wherever it is right now, whatever the E is. So the speed of the elevator or the time of the elevator. And then we're going to add to that the OC because of the opening and the closing of the doors. And then we're going to also add to that the time it takes to get from the floor John's on, which is N, all the way down to the bottom floor, which is, so we're going to say N times E. So N times E like that. So that's the elevator ride style. And then we're also going to do the hybrid of walking and riding the elevator. So we'll say something like this. We'll say, because John's going to be walking to it, we'll say the difference times the walking speed, like that. And then we'll also add the OC to it again. And then we'll add to that the M, because he's walking to the elevator. We'll start at M instead of N. So we'll just say M times E, like that. And so those are the three cases that it could possibly be, and we'll just find the minimum of it. Let's see. Test it out. 12, that looks good. Let's get rid of the console.log to check it for real. All right, test it again. And there we go, and attempt it. And here we are. All right, and submit it. So basically right here, Kayvon is doing the thing where he checks if John is on the first floor, and if not, does basically the same math.min thing we did. So this didn't need to be there, and then could have did what we did, but whatever. Kayvon did it his style. So we've got Andrew Land right here. Looks like let floor diff be if N is greater than M. Well, could have done the math.abs, but did it like this instead. We've got open close, which is basically what we did. I don't know why they use this operator, but whatever. And then whatever. And then the math.min floor diff speeds, basically what we did. The walk, the hybrid, and the elevator style, the walk, and the the hybrid and the walk right here. And then Citrine Dragon did it like this, making the walking speed here, the using straight elevator here, and then using the hybrid style here, and then doing a math.min right here. And you can just check out all the rest, like Constantine's right here, if you feel like it. Let's go over to mine. Just me on this one. Best practice in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.